Welcome to our 8th episode of Cooking in the Community Kitchen, where we create delicious recipes and have flavorful conversation. I'm your host, Judy Anderson, and today we're going to be cooking Lynn's overnight French toast, blueberry French toast. And I hope that you will join me in welcoming my guest, Lynn Much, from the Southeast Calgary Community Resource Center. Welcome, Lynn, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Judy, and thank you for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome. You know what? We get right at the recipe first, and I know that we can do a little multitasking. So I'm going to get you to start on the sauce, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And if you would like to just share with our viewers then how much of whatever you're putting in would be just perfect. Thank you so much.
2 cups of water. 1.5 cups of sugar. No, 1 3/4, sorry. I'm assuming that.
Perfect. So we're going to get our sauce going.
3/4.
That's a perfect 3/4.
Thank you, Judy. And 4 tablespoons of cornstarch.
You got it.
Whoops. We'll clean up after.
Yes, we don't have a cleanup team, so you do have to clean up after yourself. That's wonderful.
Okay.
So we're going to bring that to a boil, and then we're going to add our berries just at the last minute.
Okay.
So in the meantime, I'm going to start with our casserole dish. I have taken a big French loaf of bread, and this needs to for 1 to 2 days. And so I found it much easier to actually cube my bread first and then set it out to dry. And I do recommend that you use a drying rack rather than just trying to put it even on a cookie sheet or in a bowl, because we really don't want it to go moldy. So I've taken half of my cubes and I've put it into my casserole dish that I lightly sprayed with the non-stick spray. And now I'm going to cut up my cream cheese. And we are looking for about that 1-inch squares. But I really don't expect anyone to get their measuring tape out and measure this all up. This is supposed to be fun. It's summer. As you can see from our background, we're celebrating Canada Day and the beginning of Stampede, and maybe just the opening up and perhaps getting life back to whatever our new normal is. So I am going to just cube this cream cheese, and then we're going to get the show on the road here. And it does take 2 packages of cream cheese. And so I'm going to just place them randomly over the bread. And I would compare this to the new version of the Christmas morning lifesaver from the Best of Bridge. We've been talking about some of our favorite inspirational cookbooks. And like I say, this is what would be my take on that, except that it's got way less ingredients and takes way less time to make. Over top of my cream cheese, I'm going to just add a generous cup of blueberries. Just put them all across there. And then I'm going to add the rest of my bread. So we're going to make that blueberry sandwich idea. And why I do suggest about the rack is that one time I did put all my bread in a nice great big bowl and I stuck it in my pantry to dry out, and when I went to make my stuffing, it was all clumped together with mold. So it wasn't very pretty. And so I did learn my lesson, I guess, the hard way. So I do like to share that with other people then, not to get too carried away. We've been talking about shopping local for our last couple of episodes. So we are going to use the Sparks eggs, local egg producer here, and we're going to put 12 eggs. As I do the eggs, I'm going to go back to my egg mixture, and yes, I can just see what I did. I put a tablespoon of maple syrup instead of vanilla, so I'm going to backtrack here for just a sec. Put in my teaspoon of vanilla, and then 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup into my egg mixture here.
When this starts to boil, what do I do, Judy?
I think when it starts to boil and once it becomes clear, then we
Okay.
will pop in those berries.
Oh, okay.
Because we only want them just to have a nice pop. We don't want them to get all crazy runny for our sauce.
Okay.
So here we go. And I did put just a little smidge of salt in here as well. And then just see, I'm hoping that my beaters are gonna reach over here. Pardon me for a moment. And we're gonna just whip up these eggs. We had one guest where we were making whipped cream and we both had whipped cream all over us. So I'm really gonna try hard to be cautious that I don't get a nice egg mixture all over you. I don't wanna give you an egg and milk bath here. So that just takes a moment to whip those all up together. And then I'm going to generously pour this on top of my bread, my cheese, and my blueberries. So I do want to soak the bread the best that I can. I'm going to just pop some plastic wrap over this, and then this needs to sit in the refrigerator overnight. I thank you so much for adding the blueberries into our sauce. I think it looks just absolutely perfect. They've just exploded a little bit, but they're not all a mess, so that's a thumbs up on there. Okay. So we'll see if my casserole, if I've got the same results here. So this just needs to be well set, and if it's a few extra minutes, then that's good. And I think this is gonna come out okay. Oh, there we go. So we're gonna plate this up. Now, if Sunday, our CEO, was here, she would probably reprimand me for using whipping cream in the can because she's Swedish and it's all about the cream. But I think we'll just give it a little generous topping because we are thinking now if we're camping or whatever, we're gonna try to make this easy. We're gonna add some of our blueberry sauce on here. And then maybe with Canada Day, we need to add a little touch of red. So we will add a strawberry on top. And then I think we are ready to plate and to eat. All right, now comes to that time where we actually hopefully get to sit and enjoy and have a taste of our hard work. I think we'll just put a little bit of bubbly into our orange juice there, and we'll do a little toast to all the wonderful things that we are both trying to accomplish in helping and serving those that we really know need our help in these troubling times. So here's to good works and happy Canada Day.
Thank you.